Two. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Jonathan's BFDI Retrospective. In this series, I'll review every episode of BFDI on a scale of 0 to 10. When I review an episode, I need to consider how old the creators were at the time. Also, if I don't like an episode, I won't get mad. I don't want to become the Mr. Enter of BFDI. Every part, I'll review 6 episodes. This will be my rating system. Alright, let's go. Where it all began. But I need to ask, are your objects homeless? Because they're just standing outside and don't seem to live anywhere.
Fine, I'll get Needle.
Yikes! What was that for?
Hey, I'm just in the mood to hurt someone.
Is Blocky like an actual psychopath? Snowball? What the heck? You're just gonna throw Rocky like that? He could die. For what reason did we stay on Spongy for so long?
Isn't Golf Ball bossy? I know. She is like a bossy bot. You know.
Okay, one thing you might have noticed is that the dialogue is kind of slow. Not sure what's up with that. And then our beloved host, the GOAT announcer, shows up to advertise Dream Island. Wait a minute. Was this an in-the-moment decision? Or did the announcer offer Dream Island as the prize of his game? I'm gonna assume the latter decision, or because the island doesn't even cost a penny. Why would he give up an island like that for free? Wait. I gotta ask. BFDI is inspired by Total Drama. But Total Drama remembered to make it feel like a broadcast show. BFDI doesn't appear to be a broadcast show. It just seems like announcers doing this for the fun of it.
Let's form an alliance.
That would do no harm. Let's do it.
I'm assuming Match, Pencil, and Bubble were already friends before, and they decided to work together. I love the way Pencil rudely says no to Icy when she actually fits in, and I think it fits well into their stereotypical teen girl personality. They're rude and superficial, not letting the less popular girls into their friend group. I don't think objects have ages, but if they did, they'd probably be teenagers with how immature they act.
Snatch.
Why did Pin lick Flower? That was kind of weird. We should make BFDI Freaky Edition. What if BFDI was called Freaky BFDI? Ah yes, the infamous only one of us can win scene. Was this intentional? I don't think it was, but it was still funny. I do have to ask, why did we need a team picking challenge? Sure, it was entertaining, but we didn't need a challenge to decide the team leaders. Oh well. I think this episode does a decent job at introducing us to these characters. The challenge is alright. The dialogue is kinda weird though. There are some scenes where I can't tell if they're supposed to be funny or not. But considering Carrie and Michael were only 12 when they made this, they were very talented as heck. When I rank an episode, the age of the creators will affect its rating, so I'll be more merciful to the older episodes compared to what's to come. I give this episode a 7 out of 10. So it's time to pick the teams. Wait, did Pin choose Pencil to spite Ice Cube? Or was that just to stop drama or something?
Teardrop must be stupid. She doesn't even know how to talk yet.
Wow, Flower, you're an ableist. Teardrop may be dumb, but she's not dumb.
Oh, you're strong. Beat her up. What? You won't? What a wimp.
That flower is starting to really get on my nerves.
I guess Snowball is a gentleman deep down. But Blocky is not. Why does Flower want to pop Bubble? For defending Teardrop? Flower might just be worse than Blocky.
How about Needle?
Okay.
Needle!
Yeah! Since Match is in our alliance, we choose her. Gasp, they remembered.
They remembered that was earlier today.
Pick a boy.
How about Snowball?
Ooh, they're in love.
No, Blocky. I like Coiny more.
Did you just say that?
So there's a love triangle between Coiny Needle and Snowball. I love how Snowball yaps first. These girls ain't loyal. I can just picture him listening to Juice WRLD lately. Blocky's "Did You Say That" makes everything so much better. So I guess Coiny X Needle is canon. Well, since Coiny gasps, maybe he only likes Needle as a friend.
Settle down. Now it's time to pick someone else.
Why don't we pick Coiny since Needle likes him more?
Look, I'm sorry. Is it really that big of a deal?
Snowball getting angry at Needle was really funny to me. I don't remember there being relationship drama in BFDI, but here we are.
There's always TB. He's smart.
Back to Penn's team.
You sure added a lot to that conversation, announcer. Also, Penn is not a nice person.
See, you know how Flower gets angry at everyone? I don't like where this is going, but yeah. Well, if the other team gets her, she'll become more of an enemy, right? Yeah. So it would just be common sense to choose her for our team. Seriously?
Understand this logic. Why would they want Flower on their team? Wouldn't it make more sense to not have her on your team so she doesn't mess up stuff for you? But you know what they say, keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Yeah, I agree. See? I knew TB and GB had a crush on each other. TB sitting in a tree. KISSING. Shut it, Connie. I only like tennis ball in a platonic way.
Wait, so TB and GB actually are a couple, but a platonic one? Which means they don't even get to do the fun stuff. Also, how can they have a crush on each other if they're already in a relationship? Wow, Pin sure is a, can I say prick? Is that a bad word? Am I not allowed to say that? Wow, Pin sure is a, can I say prick? Is that a bad word? Am I not allowed to say that? Smoking hot fiery buns. Matches thinking about Fiery's bare naked booty cheeks. WTF. To be honest, Snowball had a good reason to hate golf ball. Some of the funny scenes actually are pretty funny, like when a racer steps on a nail, and then falls on some even more nails. Penn is an oar. It rhymes with what his mother is. Penn is an oar. It rhymes with what his mother is. Blocky is a complete sociopath who doesn't think object lives matter. They're just tools to him. The squishy cherries don't care about each other, and Blocky gets eaten by the fish monster. Serves him right, to be honest.
Icy and Leafy, hate to break it to you, but we just passed right by the finish line. Look out! There's too much weight on this sinking boat. We have to throw someone overboard.
Huh? Guys, the finish is just 20 or so yards away. We can swim there. But I can't swim.
The cherries don't seem to care that Fiery can't swim. These guys are kind of selfish. Wait a minute. Why does it say to win? Is to win too long? This episode was alright. My favorite part was definitely the relationship drama. Too bad I have to subtract points for the vomiting. I'll also give this episode a 7 out of 10. One problem I have with old BFDI is that there isn't that much comedy or meaningful drama, but it's just silly fun, so that's okay. One Queens were 12 when they made this, and this animation is immaculate for people of that age. You forgot to put an announcer in this scene. The GO bit was cute and funny. How can Spongy do anything? He has no arms and he's too big to walk far. Not gonna lie, this show has a cute art style. I really like it. So the fish monster didn't actually eat Blocky. Did it not try again? Or was it so stupid that I thought it actually did eat him? I don't understand how Pin got stuck. She deserves it though. Why does this show constantly feel the need to remind us of who's who? How are the armless people supposed to climb the rock wall? Announcer is an ableist. What was the point of that flower flying scene? Sure, it distracted the fish monster, but the part where it flies over all those weird things in the ocean, that was just filler. And a reference to the last episode, which wasn't really necessary.
Hey, watch this. The bowling ball and you are falling at the same rate. Need a break from all the stress? Then eat our gumball. It's only 70,000 payments of $70,000 each. Call now. The number on your screen. Now.
70,000 payments shouldn't have a dollar sign.
Here's a fun prank you can pull. Drill a hole into the Bubble Recovery Center, pour tax in, and watch Bubble pop infinitely. Ha 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 ha.
This program was brought to you by Blocky's Funny Doings International.
That poor Blocky's Funny Doings International intern sounds like they're having the time of their life.
OMZ! I killed her! Oh well.
Intentional or not, that was pretty funny.
Easy.
What was the point of that blooper if they're going to reveal that it didn't happen before we see that it didn't happen? If it happened, half the hell.
Oh, thank you, you're here. Get me over that wall. Over that? I don't know. Still
Tennis ball. They're not on your team. Why do you think they'll help you?
stuck. Arms might be useful right about now.
Golf ball and I are on the same page. Also, I think the voices in the show are really good. I like how the squishy cherries help TV, even though we're on different teams. And then he makes out with Pin.
Find a needle in a haystack and show it to the scanner to continue.
That's cheating. She shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Help us up. Golf ball. Look.
Not gonna lie, I actually really like how they number the light bulb moments. That's really cute. I would make jokes like that in my shows. Also, I guess that's how the armless contestants are supposed to make it across, but that passageway was not there before, it just spawned in.
Oh, great. The balls are here.
This episode was just kind of okay. Nothing special. 6 out of 10.
Key lime.
So,
I guess I can do
really
I
kinda
don't know.
careful
There's too much
reconsider
weight on this
that
sinking
bad.
boat. We have to throw someone overboard.
not a door, and then a
Thanks an octodecillion match. Now our stupid tests are stupid fire.
The stupid free times.
Don't blame her.
What? A teardrop family reunion? No!
Paper. Shouldn't the rain disintegrate the paper?
Hey, Match, since now we know how dumb Bubble is, we should rip up her test since we know she'll fail.
Alright, I'm using a different software for this episode. This may or may not happen again in the future. But let's talk about BFDI 4. Nobody's falling for this prank. So Leafy wants to dissect Announcer, which would kill him, and they wouldn't know how to bring him back, and the competition would be ruined. I think it's funny how Leafy tries to be a good person and fails miserably. The yeah scene was funny. I love the match. These characters are funny. So, objects don't call each other objects. They just look like objects.
Blocky gone? But that can't be. Blocky's a great guy. He's my friend too. And he's only killed 2 people.
Don't become a lawyer, Pen.
Pooh, yuck, that was terrible.
Well, let's see if you could do any better.
I love Announcer's sass.
And the magical die of judgment will be our third.
Wait, is that just a normal die?
Maybe he just likes calling his die that.
There are no recipes for you to follow, and you may use any flavors you like.
No recipes? What if they actually don't know how to bake?
No recipes? How are you supposed to make a cake without recipes? It's as bad as making a cake out of dirt!
Sorry, Snowball, but I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one.
Oh, well, a dirt cake is still better than an ice cake.
Once again, I beg to differ. Pen and Eraser asked Leafy to let them borrow a slice of her cake, but if she did that, then they didn't bake anything.
what I was planning for, so there's a price to pay. What? Oops. There's the job I was looking for. Pay up, boys. Minimum tip is $5.
Oh, I don't have any money.
Eraser knows what's up, but also I think this was a good joke. I think it was funny. I guess Snowball can speak objects into existence.
I know, but $8 will only get you 1 cake, dum-dums.
Leafy is a con artist. Match buys some of Leafy's cakes for her friends. Good on Match for covering her friends like that. You just paint at sub-dirt level. I really need to start saying that. This show is such a good line. Golf Ball's cake tastes like dirt, and Announcer gives her a worse score. So, I guess Announcer is punishing her for deception. Also, here's another good joke.
Quiet, weightless one. I have my answer. Wait, not yet.
Yes.
I choose 0.
What?
Die.
Not only was that funny and creative, it also feels in character for Flower. I think it would be funny if Announcer told a joke and he tried to laugh, but his laugh ended up being really weird and awkward because his voice is a text-to-speech voice. This news reporter tells us about Needle's cake, which left Earth and is about to become a star. This makes me wish they didn't skip past 10 minutes later so we could have seen everybody's cake. I want to see how Needle's cake went airborne and became gigantic. I think this episode was pretty funny. 7.8 out of 10. I love how genuinely angry Leafy sounds when she slaps Needle. What was the point of bringing up Needle's cake if it had absolutely nothing to do with the plot of the episode? Needle pops it less than a minute in. There's no point. It never comes back or connects to anything.
Razor, you both got 1 vote apiece. You both got 1 vote each.
Was that a joke or something? It was just weird. Announcer is easily the best character so far. The TLC opens for 5 minutes of sunlight a day. 5 minutes! And no one uses that opportunity to escape? This challenge sucks. It doesn't even make that much sense. Why not just do the Needles cake thing? That would have been much more entertaining. I'm sorry, but like a Needles cake episode would have been them going to space. Why did they not do that? Why did they do this instead? Anyway, Snowball, being the gentleman that he is, decides to make Golf Ball pay, even though she already paid when you kicked her off a cliff.
Match is not the brightest bulb. Also, Snowball gets mad at Tennis Ball, decides to punish him. Which he then does, which causes him to sabotage his whole team. Oh yeah, how could I forget about the classic Penn Island scene? I really want to go to Penn Island. I think we all want to go to Penisland. Snowball likes Teardrop because she doesn't say that he's bad. But that's because Teardrop can't say anything. Not going to lie, I think it would have been really funny if Snowball threw Teardrop off the cliff just to be safe. Black bendy straws? You don't honestly expect me to believe that. That's the worst twist I've ever seen. Just do Nino's cake, for crying out loud. The episode ends with this stinger.
Where's Golf Ball? I thought she fell too.
Oh, Match, golf balls sink.
So do rocks.
What was the point of that stinger? It wasn't funny. It doesn't tease the next episode. It was pointless. This episode wasn't very good. I still feel like I really want that Needles Cake Challenge. But this episode wasn't boring or annoying or painful to watch or anything like that. So I'm just going to give it a 4 out of 10. Worse is yet to come.